Now let's go to an interview with Seth Grae, the CEO of Lightbridge Technologies, symbol LTBR, on the NasDaq, a company operating in the field of nuclear energy. Lightbridge develops nuclear fuel technology and also provides nuclear power consulting and strategic advisory services for governments worldwide. Here with Seth Grae, the CEO of Lightbridge Technologies. Seth, you're in the nuclear fuel, nuclear energy technology space. You are servicing, through your consulting business and through your fuel technology, both existing power plants here in the U.S., but also those being built around the world. There's about 70 being built all over the world today. Tell us about your business model.
Well, basically, the business model is built on providing consulting services now to companies and countries deploying reactors for the first time to bring in the revenue that we use to develop the nuclear fuel technology that will be licensed into the industry and will generate tremendous returns for our investors. We see the nuclear industry really falling into two segments around the world. There are countries that have mature nuclear markets like the United States, France, South Korea, that will build very few new reactors. They're mostly about maintaining very old reactors, and they need to improve the economics of old reactors, and our fuel will do that. And then there are countries like the BRICS and Saudi Arabia and other countries that either have no reactors or very few reactors that are building very large numbers of reactors. 70 are under construction as we speak. And when you're building a new reactor, being able to get more power, meaning better use of that capital cost, makes the whole system work better. Lightbridge's fuel will upgrade a new build reactor by 30%. So you could build 3 reactors and get the power of 4. So this will be a tremendous advantage for countries deploying many reactors.
In December, there were two articles that appeared on your company. One in a peer-reviewed journal that talked about the fuel technology that you've developed. The other talked about the economics of this technology. Tell us about the significance of those two articles.
Well, taken together, those 2 articles that were published in December really go a long way to validate both the technology and the economics of our nuclear fuel. The peer-reviewed journal in Nuclear Technology Journal, published by the American Nuclear Society, validates the technology. It's the first of what we see as many validations coming, but this is a very significant one, validating the safety and economic performance and the metal fuel technology that's the heart of our nuclear fuel rod design. And then Siemens, through its wholly owned subsidiary Pace Global, issued this study of the economics of our nuclear fuel technology, showing the economic benefit to the reactors that switch to our fuel, which for existing reactors switching to our fuel to increase their power output by 10% is about a $60 million per year benefit to the plant, resulting in about a $6 million per year per plant royalty to Lightbridge.
Well, you mentioned $6 million in royalty to Lightbridge. Investors care about revenues. You're trailing roughly $3 million in revenue now, down from $22 million pre-Fukushima. And, of course, that affected your business. What can investors expect in 2013 in terms of revenue, new contracts, and the development of this fuel technology?
Certainly keeping the current clients, but adding new clients in different places in the world that are hiring Lightbridge to help them deploy nuclear reactors. And on the nuclear fuel side, you'll see the fuel be made for the tests in the US and Russian reactors. You'll see the fuel put into those reactors and actually start. And you'll see some partnerings with governments and large commercial enterprises working with us to do that, because we're about a lot more than just designing a nuclear fuel technology. We're about creating the infrastructure to get it deployed and used commercially globally, and you'll see a lot of that during 2013.
Multi-billion-dollar market opportunity, a cutting-edge technology, world-class scientific team, world-class board of advisors. Stock trades at $1.80 today. What happens when you generate new contracts, more revenue, and your fuel technology continues to be validated? I think investors could expect some fairly significant upside. Thanks for being with us today.
My pleasure, Dave. Thank you.
My value proposition on Lightbridge, well, look at the chart on this stock. Prior to the Fukushima meltdown in Japan, you remember the great earthquake in 2011, the stock was trading well, trading between $5 and $6. The earthquake hit. By the way, I was there that day on the 17th floor of the Marriott Hotel in my room at about 2 p.m. when I felt the building shake. And actually, the building was swaying back and forth like a pendulum. and I was scared. I grabbed my wallet and phone, and I headed down the stairs, and it was a very long walk down. But things changed for Lightbridge that day. The stock, as I said, traded for most of 2010 and the first quarter of 2011 at between $5 and $6. After the earthquake on that fateful day of March 11th, 2011, the stock begins a long, steady decline, falling off a cliff until now it's trading below $2. Now, the stock was knocked out. The company did not renew contracts. It did not get contracts they would have received if the meltdown had not occurred. But now things have changed. Nuclear power plants are not going away. There are 66 nuclear plants currently under construction in the world, and all can benefit from Lightbridge's technology. I like this stock at current price levels. Could it reach its pre-Fukushima highs? I think so. They have plenty of cash to fund operations. We should see new contracts and the fulfillment of old contracts in 2013. The value proposition makes a lot of sense. You buy the stock that's been beaten up, whose market opportunity is still strong, which has cash to execute and a great technology or service. And Lightbridge meets all of those criteria. It should be just a matter of time before this stock recovers and starts trending up, but you need to be in the stock now.